Does the future of the Las Vegas Raiders depend on choosing a quarterback in the 2025 draft? Mark Davis is decided, Aiden O'Connell is discussed, and names like Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward enter the radar. Let's explore every detail and speculate about what's next for the Silver and Black Nation. Pay attention, because this is a fan-to-fan conversation. Mark Davis is sending a clear message. He wants a new quarterback. After years of frustration with short-term picks and failed projects, the Raiders owner appears determined to change the future of the franchise. Inside sources suggest that the 2025 draft will be crucial to finally finding a leader to lead the offense consistently. Davis's desire is no secret. In the last draft, rumors indicated that the franchise tried to move up to select Jaden Daniels, but the price was too high. With inconsistent performance in 2024 and a possible high position in the next draft, the time to make a bold decision may have arrived. The question is, who will be chosen? Furthermore, this isn't just a draft decision. This move shows that Mark Davis wants to be more than a passive owner. He's willing to be an active figure in the team's rebuilding decisions. Will this approach help or hurt the franchise in the long run? We'll explore that in the next section. Aiden O'Connell is in a testing time. After taking over as a starter amid a chaotic season, he's shown flashes of quality. But is he the long-term answer? Many analysts believe his ceiling is comparable to Kirk Cousins, solid, but far from elite. And for Mark Davis, just good enough doesn't seem to be enough. Even if Aiden finishes the season with big numbers, it's unlikely he'll convince the front office not to invest in a new quarterback. Ideally, he could be developed as a reliable backup, but it seems the organization wants a player with superstar potential to lead the offense. Aiden would only be a temporary solution. The real question is it worth investing more time in Aiden if the goal is to draft a quarterback next year? With Tom Brady involved in the franchise, Aiden might benefit from a little more mentoring, but the focus seems to be on finding the next big name for the offense. Who would that be? Read on to find out. Shedeur Sanders is at the top of Mark Davis's wish list. Deion Sanders' son has shown exceptional quality at the college level, combining athletic talent, passing accuracy, and leadership. If the Raiders can move up in the draft to land Shedeur, they'll almost certainly do whatever it takes to make it happen. Shedeur won't be an easy pick, though. He's projected to be a top 10 pick in the draft, meaning the Raiders would have to sacrifice a lot, likely future picks or even valuable players, to secure his selection. Still, the impact he could bring to the franchise is huge, especially in terms of identity and leadership. But what if Shedeur isn't available? The Raiders need to have a backup plan. There are other talented quarterbacks they could consider, but the connection between Shedeur and Deion Sanders also raises speculation about a potential partnership with Deion as the Raiders head coach. That would be one of the boldest moves in NFL history. More on that in a moment. If Shedeur Sanders isn't an option, the Raiders still have other viable draft picks. Washington State's Cam Ward and USC's Caleb Williams are both strong prospects who could make an immediate impact. Both have distinct characteristics, but they have enough to make the Raiders' offense a real threat in the AFC West. Cam Ward is known for his accuracy and intelligence in the pocket, something the Raiders desperately need. Meanwhile, Caleb Williams, who some analysts have compared to Patrick Mahomes, offers mobility, vision, and a unique playmaking ability. The challenge will be ensuring the Raiders are positioned high enough in the draft to land either of them. Another option would be to trade to move up in the draft. The Raiders have shown in the past that they are willing to take risks to acquire specific players. But would this strategy work given the gaps at other positions, such as defense and offensive line? We'll explore the impact of such trades in the next section. Max Crosby is the face of the Raiders' defense and arguably one of the best defenders in the NFL. But in a make-or-break draft scenario, could he be made available to secure high picks? Most fans would say no, and rightly so. Max is more than just a player. He's a leader on and off the field. The reality, however, is that rebuilds sometimes require sacrifices. If the Raiders truly want to secure Shedeur Sanders and another elite talent like Travis Hunter, it would require a hefty package of picks and perhaps a player like Max Crosby. That, however, would be a highly unpopular decision and could destabilize team morale. Ultimately, it's hard to imagine the Raiders trading Max Crosby, even in a desperate situation. His importance to the defense and the fan base is irreplaceable. But is there a scenario where such a trade would make sense? We'll talk more about the implications of a rebuild in the next section. Tom Brady has come to the Raiders as a mentor and co-owner, and his presence is already being felt. He has been working behind the scenes to help the team create a winning culture. But the question is, who will benefit most from this influence? Aiden O'Connell or the next quarterback? Brady is known for his work ethic and leadership, and any QB the Raiders bring in will have the opportunity to learn from the greatest of all time. This could be a deciding factor in the development of the next quarterback, ensuring he is ready to take over quickly. However, we can't ignore that Brady is also in a transitional position. He's not the head coach or GM, so his role will be limited to what the organization allows. Will he invest more time in Aiden or focus on the next rookie? Only time will tell, but the rebuild starts with clear decisions. With the future at stake, some fans have advocated for team tanking or intentionally losing to secure a high draft position. While it's a controversial strategy, it could be the sacrifice needed to land Mark Davis's dream quarterback. The logic behind tanking is simple: lose now to win later. However, this approach can come at a high cost in terms of team and fan morale. Players like Crosby don't play to lose, and asking them to do so would be disrespectful. Still, if the Raiders finish the season with a poor record, they may have no choice but to embrace the draft strategy. Is it worth it? We will explore the impact of future choices in the next topic. The 2025 draft promises to be one of the most important in Raiders history. With a young core and some key pieces like Davante Adams and Crosby, the franchise has a solid foundation to build on. But the priority is clear: finding the next quarterback for the modern Raiders era. In addition to QB, the Raiders need to bolster other critical areas, such as the offensive line and secondary. The defense showed signs of improvement in 2024, but it still lacks consistency. Is the franchise ready to make bold and balanced choices? The key to success in the draft will be balancing need with available talent. Moving up in the draft may be an option, but the price will be high. Let's wrap up with a final analysis and a call to action for Raider Nation. Stay tuned, Raider Nation. Who do you think should lead the Raiders in the future? Leave your comments below, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. This is for us, for the Silver and Black Nation.